Light skin, keep sweat.
So we just got back from the hydro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you about the fight, there's been enough said about that. But you did share a moment with Josh at the end.
Yeah. I did.
What?
When it was just about when I first spoke to him, innit? So I first spoke to him at the initial presser. Whenever that was, I think it was I can't even remember when it was now, I think it was last year, when the presser was in London. And he mentioned, when he was in the presser, he was telling me that when he was a kid he used to get bullied at it because he was short. So he used to get bullied. So he was always having to fight when he was a kid. And that was just who he was a fighter, and no matter how many times he got knocked down he'd get back up and he'd keep fighting until he won. So I said to him, you know, there was a part in the fight where if I was in your corner I would have took you back to your childhood and said, remember that kid that was losing the fights, get back up and keep winning. And then I think it just like clicked, like, oh yeah, I remember you. So it was just, yeah, you know, because he didn't win the fight, but he's not going to sit there and say I didn't win the fight, because he's not, is he? It's the judges that did the cards, but how many times do judges give fucked up cards? It's not the first time, is it? But it's such a major fight, it's just magnified, it's amplified. It's one of them, but he's not going to rematch him unless he jumps up to 147, because he said that's it now. He's going up to 147. So the chances of a rematch are just not happening. So yeah, is what it is. A disappointment, but a bloody good fight. Jack Catterall, I called it, I said I've got a feeling there's going to be an upset. There's just something about Jack Catterall when I watched the gloves are off. He was very calm. And he was comfortable in the way that he was speaking, and how he went in there. He made it his fight, he controlled the fight, he made it his fight, because I believe Josh wanted to go in there, not box. I think he wanted to brawl, you know, put on this emphatic performance by brawling, beating him up, beating him all around the ring. And Jack says, nah, you know, I'm not having that. I want to use the shoulder as a defence. So every time he came near, he tried to get inside, he just, obviously he was southpaw, he just used the shoulder to like just buck him back like a matador. It was good, really good boxing skill, finesse. I loved every minute of it. To me it was an emphatic win, but it wasn't, was it? It's one of them. Yeah.